Hello and welcome to Outdoors Information of America tonight, live today. Episode 1, Offshore Fishing. Unfortunately, today we're not going to be talking about offshore fishing. We're going to be talking about bees. You know anything about, you heard a lot about bees? A lot of rumors and leftover episodes about bee works and why the bee decline. A lot of theories have been posited about bee decline. There's been a lot of chatter about what's causing it, maybe or bacteria infections, possibly man-made chemicals eating the innards out of the bees, causing them to shrivel up and die and forget where their hive is. A lot of theories about that. A lot of people think that it's all a big trick. But really, folks, you know that the bees that we know and love as the European honeybee is a non-native species. Dare I say, an invasive species that's kept thinking that it's not, it's just bees, because there have been European honeybees here since there were Europeans here. But when they came, they displaced a lot of the bees, of the native bees, the native pollinators that they had. They got rid of all the other bees, kind of bees that we had. And because, we like honey and other kind of bees, there are even wasps that make honey. And that have nothing to do with the European honeybee or cats, really. So what we have here is a situation where, the people are like, oh no, the bees are gone. But then they're like, stop invasive species unless it makes delicious doo-doo. But it's not doo-doo. It's just, we can talk about what honey is later. What in fact honey is will never spoil. It can dry out, but it won't go bad. It's antibacterial or abiotic. Nothing can grow in it, and so you can put honey on a wound, and it'll help. It'll keep it from getting infected. Fascinating. Anyway, back to the bees. I've noticed this year very few European honeybees, way less than just last year, really. Because I thought, I didn't notice the bee crisis here, but now this year, very few very few European honeybees here, and more, your carpenter bees and bumblebees and various what do they call them? Sawflies, and leaf cutter bees, bee flies. You ever heard of bee fly? They're like a bee it's a fly, but it looks like a bee, so no one will mess with it. Neat, eh? So the bees, bees, the ones that make honey here, they're going down, but no one say anything. I don't know. We don't. I think there were hives around here, but they put neighborhoods on top of them. Also, there's no bats. Everyone who's listening to me right now, write to the city of San Marcos, Texas, the email that says, why no bats? Where's the bats? I don't know. Last year we had bats. Now there are no bats. What's up with that? There should be bats. Those of you who live in parts of the country where there are no bats, you should come visit here in bat country. It's awesome. Anyway, so the bees, we have lots of native bees. We have lots of various flies, like I was saying, the bee flies, saw flies, stuff that I haven't really seen. Ooh, I saw a Midas fly. Y'all ever heard of a Midas fly? Look it up. It's a MYDAS. MYDAS. Yeah, like Midas the king, but with a, or the muffler, if you will, but with a Y. What did I say, Cat? You need to learn how to follow directions. Anyway, yeah, that's. I hope y'all don't. If you're allergic to cats, you should probably change the channel. Anyway, the bees are. They seem to be gone. The European honeybees. I don't know. There's even a bee farm here where they make their own honey, and they I don't know. Anyway, when the native or the European honeybees disappeared, the native species started coming back and fulfilling their niche, going back into the niche that was occupied. Now, none of these species went extinct, but they went way down because some of the resources of the ecosystem went to the European honeybees, so that bears, specifically Pooh bears, could get honey and eat it because they're obese and all they eat is honey. See, honey was a rare treat for native peoples. And it was just sugar. They're like, oh, this is delicious. But that was it. That's all the sugar they got. The rest of the stuff they ate was plants and maybe some berries or something. And it's not like they had peaches like we know of today or whatever. They might have had some kind of, I don't think there were any apples even in the New World before Europeans. You'll have to look that up. Can't quote me on that. What I'm saying is the bees are disappearing, and it's not as bad as everyone thinks. But one thing I will say is that I have zero beans, like green beans in the garden that are making any beans. Plenty of flowers, no beans. And maybe that's something that that comes with the bean, you know, with the bean, the bee, and fertilizing the bean, which is funny because in German, bean is bean is bee. So I don't remember what is bean. The bean, like a legume. What is that in German? I don't remember. I'll find out today. I'll let you know tomorrow. Yeah. So anyway, to sum up, it's not the disappearance of the non-native invasive European honeybee is not as bad as the television would like to tell you, in my opinion. Or we're all gonna die when the bees turn on us. If the bees can all, and wasps and ants all get together and fight the real enemy, which is you and I, we're in a lot of trouble because there's a lot of them. And if they could form, you know, like Terminator 2, you ever see Terminator 2, how he could just form weapons? If the bees and ants and wasps could just form weapons and sting us as a weapon, they would like a big axe made of bees flying at you. Not only does it chop you, but it stings you while chopping you. Think about it. It's a realistic situation that totally could happen. That's like the next step in the bee crisis. So anyway, I guess we'll talk about offshore fishing next week. And I thought it was more important to talk about the bee crisis that is happening right now that I'm observing directly in my immediate location. Not so bad. Anyways, offshore fishing tomorrow in episode 2 of Outdoors Information of America, live today. That's not it. It's Outdoors Information of America tonight, live today. Anyway, so watch that tomorrow. Be watching out. Hit the the like button and the notification bell. That way you'll know, because I haven't gotten a schedule yet, but I want to get a schedule, and that way you can know when to tune in. And especially if you hit that notification bell, I might just jump in here and be like, dude, I saw the coolest lizard just now. And then, there'll be 7 people and they'll know that. And they'll be like, yeah, I wish I lived where there were cool lizards, because they're up in Saskatchewan or something, somewhere where there's not lizards. And if there are, they're dead. Okay, that's positive. That's good. It's the real world. All the lizards in northern Canada are dead. All right. So thank you for watching the show. Hit the like button and watch that bell.